All right, welcome to LearnWire. In today's video, we're going to be looking at WriteMe.AI. Let's jump in real fast. All right, so the pricing is at $49, which is a little bit a lower price point than most of the AI writers that we see. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It does have sitting at one review, 5 tacos right now. Not really enough to, form too much of an opinion on it. I do think it's been on the platform for a couple weeks now, so I would expect it to have more reviews by now. It must not have been kind of taking off. We're going to come look at this. This is the only place where I actually see where it lists how many words you get. You're going to get 30,000 words on this plan. I went and added this to my cart, like I'm going to purchase it, and it looks like you can stack 3 codes. So you can buy 3 codes and stack this. So that's going to be about $150. You're going to get 90,000 words per month. So when you look at that and you kind of compare it to other plans that have been out, that's a pretty good plan. Almost 100,000 words for $150. So overall, I think the pricing is pretty good. So we're going to come scroll through and you can just kind of see right here that you're basically going to get they have a little bit of short form, but I think mostly from what I've seen, I've already checked the tool out, that you're going to probably use this for long form content, but we are going to go do some tests for you. Like I said, when you scroll down here, it doesn't really tell you how many words you get in the plan right here. They should have probably clarified that because a lot of people skip through here, and little details like that can actually impact your sales. You scroll down here and it doesn't tell you how many words you get right here. A lot of people might just be skipping through and not buying because they don't specify it in the plan. You actually have to come all the way up here and look right here. And not everybody's going to do that, right? I'm looking at it with a fine-tooth comb pretty much, but not everybody does that, right? So that could be impacting the people picking up the tool. So what can you do? SEO, title, and descriptions, add copy. So they do have some short form in there, but the long form is where we're going to spend most of our time with blogging and things like that. You can see there's some different questions and things being asked, but we're going to go check out their site real quick. This is WriteMe.AI. They have a use cases section, you can see all the different modules that they actually have. And this is actually the best way to see this because you can tell that they've been updating their UI inside of even from their intro video, their introductory sales video. When I log into the software, it already looks different. And you can't, from what I've seen, you can't really see all the modules in one spot. You have to kind of pick them from a drop-down menu. So you'll see that in a minute when we jump into the software. Here's the different industries that this could work for. You can look at that. Here's their everyday pricing on their website. You're going to get for free. They're going to give you 5,000 words for free. I like that. I like how, a company, they should at least just give, even if it's not something that refreshes monthly, they should at least give people the opportunity to check it out, because the last thing you want is unhappy customers to sign up, give you their credit card information, and then they want a refund. Now they're chasing refunds. It's not a good way to start off a relationship. So really, I recommend, if I'm launching a software, you're going to let people at least try things out. It depends on, like for this kind of a SaaS product, I think that you've got to let people at least see the tool before they buy. So that can also impact a lot of sales. So this is good. I like that they're giving away a little bit of free. Then you got the freelance agency, and you're looking at $10 a month, $25 a month, and $50 a month. And it looks like if you get the standard $49 tier 1 plan, 1 code, you're going to be at around the $10 a month mark. So I multiply that by 12, it's $120 a year savings, and it just goes from there. So pretty decent for 30,000 words. If you like the tool and you're serious, you're probably going to want to stack the 3 codes and get up to, it's going to be 90,000 words. So you're going to be more at the $25 to $30 a month range that you're going to be saving. So pretty cool stuff. On the what's new page real quick, I want to share this part with you. It's kind of cool. They have sort of a public roadmap. They're not showing what we're doing next, but they are showing what they have done, except for, November 21st, 2022, they're going to be launching an electric webinar on writing with the tool. They're also launching their video resources. So they're going to have tutorials and stuff coming out. Okay. Then they have, this is what's coming out right here. So you can actually, here's their public roadmap. There's no way to add or vote for, but they do have all the stuff that they have planned right now. So it looks like on August 18th, they added 3 new use cases: app titles, app short descriptions, app long descriptions. I'm not sure I saw those in there. So this is a plan, but it doesn't mean that they've actually executed this stuff. And then today's August 22nd. And here's August 22nd. They're supposed to take your blog writing to a whole new level with updates of new blog recipes, follow science-backed blog recipes that will delight your readers. So that kind of stuff I'm not really seeing in the tool, but nonetheless, I'm not going to hold it too much against them, right? They have a blog, About Us, and Facts. So we'll go check out the About Us as well. And just letting you guys know, they're using GPT-2 and GPT-3 natural language processing technologies and so forth. You can go check this out, and it does kind of explain what they're doing with the tool and what their goals were. They do have a mission and a vision, and with all these software startups, you don't see this every time. So at least they did take the care to kind of fill out their webpage and actually have a formal mission and vision. So I like that. So let's go jump into the tool real fast. I've already set up it's a clean user interface. Also none like what we've seen before in a lot of other tools. You have your left menu bar over here. You have settings, you have logout, you have help documentation. I'm going to click on that, and it just takes you over to the use cases section. So right here, there's nothing to click on. So there's no videos or anything like that right here. So that's not very helpful right now. Just that button is almost just pointless in my opinion. We have our editor, we have our recent exports, and we can add a project right here at any time. You do have to have a project in order to access the tool. That button just shrinks down the menu ribbon. And there's nothing else going on right here. We can't jump into short form content or anything like that. That part got me a little confused when I first logged in. I was like, well, what can I do? I'm going to actually click on the editor button right here. It will take you right in. So you want to click the editor button, and that's what's going to take you right into the composer wizard or module, edit editor preferences, hide details, hide parameters. Not really sure, but not a lot of options right there. So this is where you're going to come in, and there's the editor or the composer. So we could actually say, make money blogging. How? Okay. So am I able to do anything right here? Okay. So we have to actually click on that. How to make money blogging. But I'm not seeing where I can change the title right here. And I didn't even get to add the title. So that part, let's see right over here. I'm going to go with the editor button again. So I'm clicking up here. I should be able to backspace right here or type, and I can't. So there's no way to edit. That's okay right here, maybe selected. So that part is a little interesting. You can drag and drop this, but I'm going to go ahead and just get out of this. It says generate blog over here, but I'm not able to do anything. I can type in over here, but I'm not able to switch the title. So we're going to go back. I'm just going to go to home, and we're going to go to this module here, but you can add a new project. I'm going to go ahead and just click on that module right there. And then I'm going to go into write a new article. And then you have your short form and your long form. I'll show you the short form real quick. You have to select a category. So, overall, like the flow of getting into the tool and everything is not really my favorite. They make you select a category and a project and everything. And I like having just all the modules, and you can click on a module and just start going. And there's so many tools that do that. Anytime you're making it just confusing for the user, the best way to go about it. But like I said, we haven't even checked the quality or anything like that. So let's continue with the test. Okay. So over here, you're gonna have languages, and you have a bunch of different languages. I like that. So we're gonna go English, and there are more than usual as far as the tone. So some interesting tones that they have are like inspirational right here, passionate, humble, earnest, enthusiastic. And this portion right here reminds me of writer a little bit, right? We're going to go through, and I'm just going to select informative use case. Now this is where the tool really kind of reminds me of writer. Like I said, you do the drop down menu right here, and then you have all these different modules that we can select, right? You can actually come up over here to the blog section and start using all these blog sections to start writing content in here. They have story plot, song lyrics, poetry, the magic command. And I'm not really sure what magic command is, and there's no hovering over here that kind of gives you a tip of what that means. So that's kind of, you wish that you would be able to see that. You are able to come over here, go into the, I believe, use cases. If you're looking for what something means, we come over here. The magic command is to enhance, expand, shorten, and edit the formatting of any text to polish it to perfection. Okay, so we're gonna go back in here. So that's kind of how you would, navigate through what everything is. I did do some email writing sequences. I didn't really get anywhere, and it didn't really do a whole lot for me. So what I want to do with this, instead of kind of picking apart all these little things, is I want to create a blog post. So this would be the short form. Let's go back over to let's go back home. Let's go back into our project. And for the first time, I'm going to go write an article. I'm going to go long form article. I'm going to go over to Rank IQ and grab a keyword in the weight loss niche. Let's come back here. And I like this keyword right here, benefits of drinking water in the morning to lose weight. Okay. So I'm going to copy that back over to WriteMe.AI. I'm going to throw that title in there. We're going to select, you have to select that blog post or it won't let you go through, and we'll create. So it is going to open this up, and now that is how we get into the composer, guys. So you can't really go into the editor, and I'm not sure. See, it's not going to let us change that title. It just says lose weight. So interesting. This part right here should be an H1 is there. That's a clear formatting. This is our H1 right here. Okay, so now we have the coherence. AI will retain context more strictly, and then creativity. AI will choose more variety of vocabulary. So the further the dial to the left is more factual. Okay, I really like that, and more relatable or more vague. So it already came with the settings that it has, and that's kind of where I want to go. So what do we do next? I'm gonna, let's see, press tab to view line suggestions in the editor. Okay, so right here, I'm just gonna say generate blog. Okay, so then write a blog article. This module lets you generate a complete AI generated blog and article in a few clicks. We're gonna enter our keywords. All right, so we added our keywords. It looks like this is an iframe to a wizard. So we have WriteMe has generated a few blog ideas for you based off the keywords you entered. So it's just kind of interesting because we put in our title earlier is what I thought, but that's not the title that came up. So a little confused right there, a little bit confusing on how to use the tool correctly. We're going to keep going though. Weight loss, how to lose weight in the morning, how to lose weight by changing your morning routine, how to lose weight in the morning can help you stick to your diet. I don't know. I'm just going to go with this one right here. We have our outline that it should be creating for us. It's kind of interesting. It's supposed to be about drinking water in the morning to lose weight. Okay. Well, we're just going to go with what it has here. Okay. So weight loss, how to lose weight in the morning, start your day with lemon water. Okay. That's good. High protein breakfast. So it gave us 10 ideas. Obviously you can generate again, or you can just use this one. I'm going to go ahead and select that, push next, and it's thinking. We'll be back in a second. Okay. So we have our blog introduction. I'm going to read through this real quick and select one. So it kind of, well, it's taking the ones from the outline, and then it's basically kind of combining them all into this like introduction area, but we're going to go into all this stuff later. So I don't know if I would go so into depth in an introduction. It's almost kind of fluffy, if you will. We'll take this more condensed version right here and say next. Alrighty, so then now we are on the blog section writing. This is our introduction, apparently. Okay, there's the section writing. So it took all the outline, it took the introduction. Do we know how many words that it wrote for us? No. Okay, so WriteMe has generated a few blog sections for you based off the keywords you've entered. Please choose one of them to continue. But that's not where we're at right here. We're actually at, like this tip right here is not where we're at because we have no way of selecting what we want right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with what it's telling us to do. Yeah, because there's no way to write more or anything like this. This is just still working on getting the kind of the bones of the article, if you will. So we're going to come back through here and just push next. It's going to go and do a blog conclusion for us now. So during this process, it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of control, but we'll hopefully it'll launch us into the editor where we can make adjustments to the content. It recaps everything. So it's pretty formalized. You can see lemon water right there just by doing all the stuff we've talked about in our intro and in our outline. It's taking a pretty, normal approach to article writing, where you have an introduction and you're going to mention what you're going to talk about. Then you're going to talk about all those things in depth during the outline or the section writing. And then you're going to recap in your conclusion all the things that you talked about. And so that's kind of what it did for us. I'll select this one, push finish. Then it's going to hopefully, like I said, bring in all the content. So that's cool. Okay. So we finally made it to this point right here. So here's the blog outline. You can obviously see where you're at with the blog outline, and then you're going to delete that. The blog intro paragraph, the blog sections for each blog outline. So like weight loss, how to lose weight in the morning, start your day with lemon water. Let's see right here. So you've got lemon water right here. So you might drinking lemon water, you might do that. And then you might go and make that an H2. Whoops. Let's go back. I just want that to be an H2. And the only way to do it is to have a space. I'll have to make that an H2 right there. Okay. So you have to have a space in between. And then, yep, you have to have a space. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So you would probably go through here, and then you would find the high protein breakfast. And that would be right here. So as far as just the ease of use of what I've used with other tools, this one in particular, I would have liked these to already kind of come out like that. Would be nice. The way that they organize it is just different than what I'm either used to or what I prefer. All these should have basically kind of naturally been H2s if I was going to build a tool. Because if these are going to be your main topics that you're going to talk about in your blog outline, these should be H2s. And they're not, right? I've got to come in here and create these H2s, right? So it's creating kind of like a traditional old kind of article from the way we used to write articles, 10, 15 years ago. But now, if you guys know anything about, ranking on Google, everything has to be an H2. I mean, basically we have to go in and do extra formatting, or we have to do the formatting ourselves, right? So that can be either a flaw or maybe a negative point on the tool, or it can just be chalked up as, okay, you got to go and add your formatting, because you usually have to do a little bit of formatting regardless. So I'm just pointing that out. I've seen it easier with other tools. Blog conclusion paragraph. So this is just basically like the tool and what this is. So you wouldn't leave blog conclusion paragraph as your title. You would move that and you would just say conclusion, right? So overall, I'm going to pause. I'm just going to kind of read through the content and just see what the content is like real quick. Okay, so overall, I read through it. I think it's good content. So I would definitely, out of like a scale from 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a 7 or higher as far as the quality. So the quality of the content, yes, is the most important. So I do like the quality of the content. We come back up here and we see the blog outline. You can see we started with the lemon water right over here. Then we already verified that. And then I come over here, exercise in the morning, protein and fiber. So we come down here, exercise in the morning, right over here, protein and fiber. So it's actually doing a really, really good job at staying on track and writing the actual outline. So if we could actually control the outline better and put in all of our H2s what we want, then the software can go out and actually write it pretty well for us. So I am impressed with that. I think that the content's pretty good. And one of the downsides is that you're going to have to do a lot of the formatting yourself. Like right here, blog sections for each blog post outline, that you're going to delete that. You're going to have to come in here and create all your H2s. You're going to have to spend a little bit more time. So if it's not your style, or if you really want something to just kind of be a one-click thing and do most of the work for you, then this tool may not be the best fit. But if you're someone that really wants to be in control of what you're doing and kind of go and create all your H2s and things like that, then this tool will work great for you. We can also come through here and I just want to see, well, we have the coherence, we have the creativity, so we can actually change this, but I'm not really sure if we click generate blog again, it's just going to write a new blog. So we can't from this tool start writing more. So there's no, but I want to test something else out that's supposed to be one of the game changers for this tool. So press tab to view line suggestions in the text editor. So not really sure what that means. I clicked the tab button. If you want to lose weight, you should drink coffee or green tea in the morning. We can switch that text right there. Okay. See right here, if I grab this whole thing right here and push the tab button, how to make lemon water. I'm not really sure like what to do with that content. I'm just going to click off. You're supposedly supposed to be able to, so maybe if I go like right here, this will help to increase your metabolism and burn calories throughout the day. I'm going to push tab there. This can help to boost your energy and as such your weight in the future. So it's just going to give you different suggestions and change the text by pushing the tab button. So you can change, obviously this right here is something I would probably take out, but that is another feature that you are supposed to be able to just highlight and then push the tab button. And it's going to replace that text. That would not be a good suggestion. So I'm going to click off, but it did get rid of the text. So that's a little buggy. You push the tab button, it gets rid of the text. You have to make a selection. It doesn't look like the text. This is a test text right here. So if I tab right here on the outside, okay, so it doesn't get rid of it, but I also don't see what it did for us. So just something that's just a little confusing, guys, for me personally. I'm not really, it's supposed to be inline suggestions. So it just doesn't work flawlessly for my use case. So that would be the article. I'm gonna go ahead and do a Control A, Control Copy. We can come over here to Word and see how much it actually, well, I highlighted everything. Okay, so I copied and pasted the text into a Word document and we're looking at almost 900 words. So a pretty healthy sized article. And the content, like I said, I do think that the content is pretty quality. And we're going to go now and open up some copyscape action. Now they are going to be building in a plagiarism checker, I believe. And of course they've got plans for a lot of things, but you'll have to hold on and wait for some of those features. No results found, so it is unique content, so that is good as well. So last but not least, I mean, if we wanted to come through, so that's kind of the blog editor. I don't really see where you can generate more content inside of here. There is that tab option, but I'm not seeing like a write more button unless I'm missing something. Generate blog just is going to create another blog for us. So I'm not really seeing where the write more button is. When we type, nothing happens either. So yeah, that part a little interesting. I'm gonna go back to home, go back into my project, And I'm just going to go in here to, I believe, test. And here's where you would use all of your different use cases like product description, like right here, WriteMe is a writing tool. And we can say write for me, or let's just say that this is a software called Conversion Robot. This is a software that allows you to write really good content at the click of a button for your small business. Something like that. Number of copies. I'm going to go with 2. WriteMe. This is the product description. I wish I could show all this stuff, but I don't want the video to go on too long, but this is what it looks like. So this software allows you to write really good content at the click of a button for a small business. Conversion Robot is an AI-powered content creation tool that makes it easy to, so it kind of came up with that on its own. I did not feed it that, so that's great. With Conversion Robot, you can create content that is both informative and persuasive. So it did a really good job on the product description and coming up and getting creative. Content Robot is a powerful tool that can help you create. All right, so there's that. I'm going to copy this just in case it doesn't keep, like, so if I want to do ads for social media, yeah, so that's why you would want to need to copy that. Now, just in comparison with like Copy.AI, wow, I really like that tool. And every time you go in between tools, it keeps all the text that you already had in there. Like right here, we're going to have to write in or select Conversion Robot. I'm going to go ahead and do WriteMe again. And so overall, yeah, the speed's pretty fast. You can see, looking to take your small business content up a notch. This software lets you write great copy with a few clicks. Check it out now. The software's amazing. It allows you to write really good content at the click of a button for your small business. Okay, so there's the 2 right there. Let's go check some more stuff out. Video description, and I'm going to just place that in there. The video title. So there's maybe a YouTube title I'm going to write to. Conversion Robot is the perfect tool for creating high quality content. So it just kind of gives another description. It's not really any different than, like this product description down here. So as you use the tools, you'll see which ones really do produce the better content, the more descriptive content. It looks like product description is going to do just a better job, and you would want to use that for your YouTube description and not really the video descriptions that seem a little bit on the lighter end. So that's why it's good to why it's good to test out the different modules. This might be kind of cool. Let's just do this. A song idea, a happy song for wintertime. We're going to do 1. And you only get to select 1, 2, or 3 copies. A lot of softwares allow you to, generate up to 10 and so forth. So it's the most wonderful time of year when the snow is falling and the fires are burning and the kids are singing and the sleigh bells are ringing. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Let's enjoy a moment. Okay. Not real sure about the song stuff, but just wanted to kind of throw something in there for you guys. And then here's a blog ideas section. Let's go with 2, and let's go with how to lose weight fast, WriteMe. Let's see what ideas it gives us over here. So how to lose weight fast, 3 simple steps. Lose weight fast, 10 ways to drop 5 pounds. And then if you just want more, you just create more. So it's kind of like this little notepad. You've got a lot of these different things right here. It would be cool if they just kind of put a little thing in a little text right there that says what module this was that created the content. This is kind of like your history right over here. How to lose weight fast, 10 proven strategies, how you can lose weight quickly and safely. Okay, so decent on the blog ideas. Blog writing section, you would put in your section keywords right here. Let's just do that. AI writer, AI software, long form AI content. I'm going to say write for me, blog post section. If you're looking to create long form content using AI, there's a few different software options you can choose from. AI Writer is one option that can help you create high quality long form content. Another option is to use AI software to help you with keyword research and content creation, blah, blah, blah. If you're looking to create long form content using AI, there are a few things. First, you'll need to find a good AI writer. Does it go once you have that software? Once you have your keywords. So it says first, you'll need to, there are a few different options. Okay, so you'll need to come up with a list of keywords. That's kind of like number 2. These keywords can blah, blah, blah. Once you have your keywords, you can start. Okay, so it didn't say secondly or thirdly, but it did go on a list kind of post thing. So that's a pretty healthy content right there. I like it, and so forth. So let's keep coming through here. Call to action, copywriting framework. So I did test this earlier and it didn't seem like it worked for me. So we will go and check this out real quick. Okay, and WriteMe. So I will say it's giving us a lot of text to be able to see if the tool is right for us. So I do really appreciate that about the developers. I will give them kudos for that. Conversion Robot attention. Get the AI software that will help you create content fast for your business. Learn about the features of Conversion Robot that make content easy. See how Conversion Robot and so forth. So it works. Attention and then the interest. So pretty decent on that, what you would expect. And then email. I was on email earlier and wasn't really getting the kind of output, but I'm not going to show that because we just don't have time. So overall, wrapping it up, this is WriteMe. There is a lifetime deal currently on AppSumo for this. You can click the first link below. So the pros for me are that the price point, it's got a really good price point at $49 for 30,000 words per month. That's pretty healthy. And if you want to stack this 3 times, you can get it for like, what is that? $147 or something like that. And you're going to get almost 100,000 words. So overall, I mean, I'm happy with the pricing, and they do, if you read through the entire thing, it's very short, very, very short description of features and everything. They do explain all the stuff that you get. And then you just have to read up here as well about all this stuff right here that you get. Right now, they have over 30 tools, probably continuing to build as well. So good for bloggers, content creators, entrepreneur, and so forth. So overall, I would say that this was a pretty decent writer. It was actually better than I thought it would be. So I think that this could definitely be a good AI content writer. I think you would have to do some more testing to see if this quality is better than some of the other ones that we've come out with, or that I've reviewed. Like, for example, if you already have Word Hero, I mean, just off the tops, you probably aren't going to need this tool. The fact that you're with either Creator or with Word Hero, the fact that you're going to get unlimited with those tools, and this one is not going to be unlimited. I can appreciate the fact that most of these tools don't have unlimited anymore, because that's going to be hard to sustain anyways. So that's not really what I'm talking. But what I am looking at is just the ease of use, the workflow, and the quality of content. Pricing passes. I'm okay with the pricing. The quality of the content at the end of the day was pretty darn good. So that kind of checks the box as well. I would give it a little bit of points off on ease of use. You saw me struggle a little bit with the workflow, creating the blog, the long form blog post, going through their wizard. I put in a title of what I wanted it to at the very beginning. That didn't really, there wasn't no place where I could actually like select the title and then go out and make an article outline based on my title. So there's a couple things there that I think that there's definitely room for improvement. I think that this is really early on, and I think that they do have a lot of those little things to improve on. But overall, if I'm looking at this, I don't think that this would be a bad tool to pick up. So that's really all I have to say about it. So this was WriteMe.AI if you want to go check it out. And also, if you're looking for something with a pretty low price point that has high quality content, this probably could be a good tool for you. So click that first link below if you want to go check out WriteMe. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, it went on longer than I wanted it to, but that is what I do on this channel, is I really dive in and really show you the tool the best that I can from a brand new user using the tool, so you can see how easy it is for me, how stuff that I don't catch, all the stuff you guys can see me fumbling through trying to learn how to use the software. But you got to be honest, the easier the software is for somebody, that's actually a good thing, right? Because if you're going to have 1,000 customers come and purchase your tool, you want it to be easy for people to jump in and use. And I've used dozens of these tools, and I can say which ones are easier to use and which ones are harder to figure out. And so that's why my videos go on a little bit longer. I don't just like polish this up and make it a 10-minute review and basically just say, yes, it's a perfect tool, go out and get it. I want to show you like what you're going to get if you pick this tool up, right? So I hope I did that in this video. If I did, hit that like button and make sure that you're subscribed to LearnWire so you get more software reviews. Until next time, take care.